Hey there, everyone. It's Denise Salcedo. Welcome back to the channel. With me right now is Byron Valle. Byron, you're trying to make your debut at UNF. Talk to us about why you want to fight here at UpNext Fighting.
Oh man, UpNext Fighting, I've been just watching them for a while, and I like the way they do their promotions. They promote their amateurs really well, and it's more spotlight on the fighters, which I appreciate. And it's just to make my name bigger and let everybody know that I'm coming.
That is exactly what we need to do. That's exactly what we need to do for like the fighters and everything. And we're doing it, especially with days like this, with Content Day, where we get to talk to all of you guys here. It's very, very cool. So with that being said, give us a little bit of background as to who you are, where you came from, what you're doing, and how you got involved in mixed martial arts.
Yeah, so I grew up in South Central most of my life, which was a pretty cool and bad experience. I mean, it just turned me into the person I am. So I learned a lot of lessons growing up and just made myself better. And when I found fighting, it just helped me evolve as a person and as a human, just so I can make a path for the rest of my family. And I just started training 2 years ago, but I've been in love with fighting since I was 6. I've always been wanting to fight, and my parents didn't let me until I turned 18. I just turned 20 a month ago, so I still got the future ahead of me.
Yeah, I was going to say you're so young, so you've been fighting now for 2 years, correct? So, and your record is 3-1, I believe you said?
Yeah.
So for you, like, what would you say has been your experience like when you're actually in the cage? What kind of fighter are you?
Oh yeah, my experience, I mean, everything's been pretty good. Even my last fight, which I lost in a title fight, I fought a very experienced guy. So it was a good lesson to learn, and it was a close split decision loss. So I'm not really disappointed. I learned from it, and I knew what I need to work on better, because not everything's gonna be as easy as it's come.
Yeah, so obviously growing up from South Central, I know the area sort of. I live kind of nearby to South Central, but I do want to ask you about, growing up in South Central, what lessons you learned and how it shaped you as a person.
Oh, for sure. Growing up, I used to be a super scrawny kid. I didn't have that much weight on me, so people would try bullying me and try going up to me and just trying to press me and stuff like that. So I felt like I learned how to stand up for myself, but also at the same time, I've also learned how to get out of situations that I shouldn't be involved in. And growing up right there's a lot of people that try to peer pressure me into joining gangs or doing all that stuff. So I learned how to just evade that and just focus on myself. And I'm trying to make something out of myself to make everybody else proud of me.
Good for you. That is exactly the kind of example that, you should be and inspire other people, especially growing up in a similar or same area as well. Now, I do also want to ask you, Byron, because you are so young, you're only 20 years old. In the next 5 years or so, where do you see yourself in your career? What's the dream?
Oh, man, the dream is, of course, to make it to the big leagues. I want to make as much money as possible and win as many titles as I can in different promotions. I want to be considered, if not one of the greatest of all times, one of the most entertaining fighters and just go down in history.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, Byron, it all starts here at UpNext Fighting. Byron Valle, everybody. We'll catch you on the next one.